Tinubu addresses world leaders today on illicit financial flows, assets return. Can you imagine? So Tinubu wants to talk to United Nations General Assembly today in New York on the amount of money that had left Nigeria for foreign accounts and how they can be returned back to Nigeria. And I know one of the key ones is Abacha's loot. Does he have the moral standing to ask for this? Is he not part of the people that have sent Nigerian money to their offshore account? So this is something that I don't know how the world leaders will handle it, because he might be a culprit to all of this. So let's see what he plans to say to United Nations General Assembly today. Nigeria to seek partnership for AI development, service provision, and others. Tijani assures of positive returns for tech sector and economy. Can you imagine? President Bola Tinubu will today address world leaders in his debut at the 78th United Nations General Assembly, Unga, held under the presidency of Dennis Francis of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago at the United Nations headquarters in New York, United States. As heads of states take turns to deliver their address during the General Assembly, Tinubu is expected to highlight Nigeria's effort towards the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals, tackling climate change, and ensuring international peace and security, among others. The important issue of illicit financial flows and asset return will also be re-echoed to encourage stronger international cooperation, according to a statement signed by the spokesperson, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Francisca Omayule, yesterday. Tinubu's attendance at the United Nations General Assembly marks his first since assuming the presidency in May this year. Addressing world leaders Tuesday evening at about 6 p.m. local time, the president will be the 5th African leader to speak on day one of the gathering and 14th speaker out of 20 leaders slated to speak today. On Wednesday, the president is slated to participate in the high-level dialogue on financing for development. He will attend a high-level meeting on pandemic prevention, preparedness, and response. On Thursday, he will be participating in the United Nations Secretary General's Climate Ambition Summit and attend a high-level meeting on universal health coverage. He is also expected to join another high-level panel on reforms of the global financial architecture. On Friday, he will be attending the high-level meeting on the fight against tuberculosis during the week. So President Tinubu is scheduled to hold several bilateral meetings with world leaders, including the President of the United States, European Union Commission, Brazil, and South Africa, among others. He will also advance his economic development agenda for aggressive investment attraction in meetings with the global leaders of transnational firms. Among such firms are Microsoft, Meta, ExxonMobil, General Electric, and a few others. So the theme of the United Nations General Assembly, Rebuilding Trust and Reigniting Global Solidarity, Accelerating Action on the 2030 Agenda, and is SDGs towards peace, prosperity, progress, and sustainability for all. The president had on Sunday night arrived in New York for the high-level United Nations meetings. He was received by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, permanent representative of Nigeria to the United Nations, Tijani Mohammed Bande, and Nigeria's defense attaché, Washington, D.C., Dangana Alu. So his reception was a departure from the usual tradition where officials will line up at the airport to welcome the president. This time, only 3 officials were at the airport to receive the president, with the other Nigerian officials stationed at the United Nations Plaza Millennium Hilton Hotel to welcome him. Also, Nigeria's agenda at United Nations General Assembly will involve securing strategic partnership for the technology sector, cum the economy. The Minister of Communications, Innovations and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, who disclosed this on his X handle yesterday, said Nigeria will be seeking partnership in 3 core areas of technology. Tijani, in a document titled Driving Nigeria's Economic Growth Through Global Partnership in Innovation and Technology, said he will be seeking partnership for the country's universal service provision. Provision Fund, can you imagine? Universal Service Provision Fund, artificial intelligence training, and economic diversification through technology. He said his attendance at several events on the sidelines of the 78th section of United Nations General Assembly is significant as Nigeria positions itself at the nexus of technology innovation and sustainable development. I look forward to engagements that will help us secure a partnership and support for our plans to deliver a more inclusive, prosperous digital economy for Nigeria, in line with Mr. President's agenda, he stated. Wow. The minister added that this year's Unga presents an opportunity for Nigeria to align its strategies, initiatives, and aspirations with the global community. Speaking further on the 3 key agendas that will form the crux of his participation at the global event, Tijani said, as we work towards bridging the digital divide, we seek partnership that can boost the USPF. Can you imagine? Our goal is to connect a vast number of unserved and undeserved communities in Nigeria. Unserved and underserved communities in Nigeria, fostering inclusivity and ensuring that every Nigerian benefits from the digital revolution. Oh, wow. So Tinubu has landed New York and is to talk today and fund repatriation from the offshore account. Is he going to be able to do that? Are you sure he's going to be able to do that? So he's going to look for, meet with world leaders, and they're going to talk on partnership, again, on fighting security, on climate change, on digital economy, and the rest of them. Again, the key thing is going to start with is discussing the illicit funds that have been moved to offshore accounts abroad and how they can be repatriated back to Nigeria. And I know Abacha loot will not be an exception, because for the next 10 or 20 years, we will still be talking about Abacha loot repatriation to tell you how they are looting Nigeria dry. So the thing is that the old people will loot and die, new people will repatriate and loot again, and then another people will go and repatriate. So it's going to be a continuous vicious cycle, the way I see it going forward. Nigeria is a pity. So no problem. Let him go and discuss, and let's see what is going to happen. And I'm sure they didn't say it here, but I'm sure they will put to him how ECOWAS intends to help fight security in the African sub-region, which is West Africa, and with respect to the military coup taking place in the West African countries. I'm sure that will form part of the security discussions that will take place at the United Nations General Assembly as well. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment on this Tinubu's meeting with the world leaders at New York.